Oh yeah, we go hard to the dance floor. We feast puppet till our fucking shoulders get numb to the bone, yeah. Oh viva Las Vegas. What is up, my people? Okay, I don't gotta wear this shit no more. One thing, let me say, it's hot as fuck in my room. Okay, so I apologize if you hear the fan next to me. I don't want to be a sweaty grease ball this entire video, so I hope you understand. I'll block out as much of the noise as I can. But welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy Nassim the Dream. If you're new to the channel, just go right ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell as well to always get notified on my newest content. Today, it's a special video. It's a very, very special video because today is the birth of a new segment in my channel that I will be calling The Dream Experience. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a new segment about my journeys to certain festivals of that year. For the first event I will be talking about in this video will be my experience, my very first experience, might I mention, to the one and only EDC Las Vegas 2022. There's a lot I need to discuss about. Wow, okay, so just to start off, like I wanna break down the Vegas experience, okay? So that first day, you know, when me and my boy got there, we got to get a feel of what Vegas was like, you know. So if I'm just gonna start off basing about the hotel that we stayed at, we decided to stay at the Luxor, which is about, I believe, south of the strip. Might be at the very end of the strip. I mean, like, we only went there once, you know, like, we kind of mainly just got it just for a place to stay. You know, that first day that we got there was dedicated totally to Vegas. So that's when we really got to, like, tour around Vegas. But other than that, you know, like, we didn't really get to go everywhere that we wanted to on the strip. But I think for the most part, I thought our location was pretty decent, you know. Driving is definitely what they say on Las Vegas Boulevard. It definitely sucks. Those lights are not friendly at all. It's kind of what we expected, you know, being from Chicago. I mean, I kind of knew the traffic would be bad. I gotta give it to Vegas though. I think they beat it. The traffic sucked, but that was one thing. But other than that, like, you know, like, it was cool. The weather was pretty much everything that I expected. You know, I heard that I was pretty much just full of dry climate, you know, no humidity, hot. I mean, it's the deserts. I mean, that's kind of what you're gonna get. I didn't mind that. That is mainly because being from Chicago, it can get really, really humid out here. And the humidity in combination with the heat is just unbearable. It sucks balls. So like being out there with it just being just like straight heat from the sun, I didn't mind it at all. I was able to adapt to it pretty well. The nightlife in Vegas is certainly alive. I mean, just looking at like some of these clips of these videos, like, it is very, very beautiful out there. I mean, it is as big as people say. I mean, at the same time though, it doesn't feel that big. I mean, when you go outside of the strip and, you know, you get to take a look outside of perspective, it seems pretty small. I don't know. I think that the strip is still a good size. I mean, they surely have a lot to offer. It's cool. It's really nice walking around. It was a great traveling experience. Like, Vegas as a city, I definitely approve of. I definitely enjoyed. I definitely want to go out there again just to have a separate Vegas trip. I had a good time out there. Now, getting into what I really want to talk about, the main thesis of this video is the festival itself, EDC. Let's start from the beginning. We definitely learned the hard way. You should definitely drive there at a certain time. So I thought we were leaving pretty early. The first day that we drove out there, we drove about at around like 6 o'clock. And from where we were staying, without traffic, it's supposed to be like maybe like a 20-minute drive. With traffic, it was stating it'd be about an hour, which is what I expected. I tried to take some side roads to hopefully beat out that crowd, you know, like the really busy traffic that would be leading into general parking into the festival. That didn't really work. We ended up waiting about 2.5 hours to get parked, but it was certainly worth it. So the location of the festival is at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, which is, I believe, is where they hold some of like the main NASCAR events there. The parking lot was huge. Like, I knew it would be big just because they have camping there and they have a lot of general parking areas there. It was huge. They definitely have a lot of space for all those people. Getting in is very easy, very fast, very simple. I like it a lot. It was like the first festival that I ever been to where like you really just, it's very, very simple to go in there. Like once you get to the main gate, check your ID, right? Check your ID, boom, 21, get in. Then you get your bag checked. Stupid fast. Like, there weren't any lines. This is the first festival I've been to. No lines to get your bag checked. None. No line at all. I was shocked. And we technically got there late. People were very chill that were volunteered there. It was really, really cool. Very nice, very kind. And then right after that, you just shoot right in. You come into the back of the bleachers and you go up into the side. I think there's 3 entrances, 4 entrances actually. You come into the back and I'm not even gonna say none. I'm just gonna show you what it looked like when I walked in. Here you go.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah. Wild, okay? I was upset that we got there that late and it took forever and a little bit, but once we walked in and realized it was the perfect pitch of darkness to see all that for the first time, I was not mad. I was kind of happy that's how it played out because wow, it was just gorgeous. Color arrangement for the entire festival where they have everything placed is super color dominant and it is beautiful. They have a bunch of colors, like color lights, like surrounding the entire motorway. So many like lights going off from the stages, just from the center of the festival. So many people have glow lights on. I've seen some people with some glow paint on. Definitely want to run that next time I go back there. The visuals were absolutely breathtaking. I'm gonna get more into detail about that very, very soon. I was really blown away. I mean, walking in, you already see some of like the exotic art sculpting. Like there was like some flowers, like some like, you know, walking in, like you already see the cosmic metal like right there, like facing the bleachers, which is really cool. So what I usually do every time getting into a festival, especially if it's a brand new festival, the most important thing to do is to get to know the festival. So that was the first thing that me and my buddy did. We walked around the entire festival. Plenty of water stations. Same thing that I think is a great positive for the festival. No wait at all for the water stations. It's self-serve, which is very, very smart. It was very productive. Getting stuff is very, very easy. I think the only thing that we had to wait a long time for was probably for the merchandise. That was about it. Other than that, no wait. Getting into prices, I mean, I wouldn't say they were high. I mean, but I guess they weren't terrible for a festival. I mean, this was the first festival I got to go to, like a major festival, during this inflation that we're going through. So it did seem a little bit more expensive than other festivals, but I didn't get to go to any other major festivals yet. Like I didn't really see how Lollapalooza is yet. I will be attending Bonnaroo in about 2 weeks. So I'm gonna see what the price differences are there, if there are any. Prices, yeah, I mean, they were pricey. I mean, getting some drinks, I mean, it seemed about average. I mean, it could be about like $8 to get a beer, or if you get some like cocktail, depending on it, how much booze you want in it, it could be ranging from like, I believe like $20 to like $35 or something like that. I mean, it's you get what you paid for, I guess. So I mean, it wasn't like too big of a deal. For food, that was probably one of the things that we were kind of disappointed on. So we could have been wrong about this. We didn't really notice any vendors that were like mainly known in the Vegas area. So like for example, like in Lollapalooza, like you'll see a Cheesy's venue, you'll see a Harold's venue, like you'll see stuff like that. We didn't see that there for Vegas. So honestly, the food options didn't really seem that crazy. I mean, granted, we might have missed a couple hidden gems here and there, but for the food places that we've seen, I mean, we kind of just stuck with the basic chicken fingers and fries. If you don't plan to eat that much at the festival, then I guess it's not really that much of a big deal. No. Food was okay. This is one of the mottos leaving the festival every day. Every time we leave, like there's just like an army of like food vendors outside of the festival, but they're all serving hot dogs. Every vendor just kept yelling the same phrase in the same tone, in the same rhythm. Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. One of the things that I thought was really cool that we really wanted to see that my buddy recommended was the Pixel Forest. If you look at this clip, it's like a little like tunnel of like really like 360 surround sound, like future bass and just like sound design kind of just morphing through you, a lot of lights flickering on and on. We didn't get to see this, but I seen a TikTok of somebody post like certain things that you didn't know that were in the festival that were in the festival. So there was a chapel where you can get married. Of course they have that. They also had a bar that I think they called the miniature bar. So it was really a compact space, right? Like probably as big as my room. Honestly, like based off the video, it was not big at all. The servers are actually little people, like, you know, like little short people actually serve. actually serving booze to everybody. I thought that was so funny. I thought that was so cool. I wish we got to see that. Like, I didn't even know. I have no idea where that was. I don't even see that on this map, to be honest. Like, I have no clue where they had that held. But that's funny. That's cool. Talking about some of the rides though that they had to offer, they had a good amount. Like, they literally had like probably like a major ride like on each corner. They had a drop. They had some kind of like thing that was like structured the same, but you like spin on it. I don't really know rides about that. They had 2 Ferris wheels. They had a decent amount of rides to check out, and that's what I think was really cool about the festival. Like, they live up to the name Electric Daisy Carnival. It popped off. It was nearly like the cherry on top, if I can really look at it like that. I really thought it added so much to the festival. There really is so much to do out there, dude. At the Pixel Forest, you can play Space Invaders. We watched some people play Space Invaders. In this video right here, people were playing Space Invaders. That was so dope, bro. Where's the VR set, bro? Let's fucking get crazy. Now let me get into the bulk of what I really wanted to talk about. One of the biggest things that I think makes EDC so unique, so incredible, so breathtaking is the work that they put into their stages and to the overall arrangement into the festival. So like I mentioned earlier, it is in a motor speedway, and I think that works to its benefit because everything is relatively very close to each other. Like, if you look off this map, everything is literally how close it looks like in here. You can walk from the kinetic stage all the way from the bottom into the circuit grounds, which is pretty much on the complete other sides of each other. Get there within 10 minutes with the crowd, which is great. Like, if I'm gonna give you an example, walking from the main stage to Bonnaroo all the way to the farthest stage, which is probably the other stage, which is their DJ stage, with the crowd walking, it could take you like 20 minutes, maybe 25. I mean, I might be over pushing it. It feels like a walk for sure. And like, you know, sometimes when I'm trying to catch sets, like, I gotta run if I really want to catch it. With this, you don't. You can walk from the next stage and you're right there. From Wastelands right into Base Pod, less than, not even a minute. It's a minute. Everything was just super convenient to go to. Whatever you needed, like if you needed water, if you needed to go to the bathroom, if you needed info, if you needed a med center, it was all so close no matter where you were. Like, everything was very close to each other, and I think that was just really dope about that. Very convenient.
Well, hello there, featuring my homies right behind me. One thing that I forgot to mention that I wanted to add in the video is about these special guest performances specifically for Mbambek's set, where he actually brought out singer Jay Sean. I thought that was just super weird, but at the same time you can tell that there was like a big 2000s group in that audience, so everyone was pretty lit when you got to hear Down. That was actually a really cool experience. And then also Mbambek brought out Lil Xan, which I was actually pretty hype about.
Lil Xan, you fucking suck!
He does though.
Talking about each stage of the breakdown, so first I'm going to talk about what the smallest stages. So some of the smaller stages were pretty much, you know, like for certain upcoming artists. That one in particular for like upcoming DJs goes to Bionic Jungle. Big W going for Cosmic Metal because of those bleachers. Oh my god, if you need a break, dude, like festivals can get very exhausting physically. If you need a break, going to Cosmic Metal to chill on the bleachers, A1 break, baby. A1. You can go over there, bring your food over there if you're gonna eat, you know, drink some water. You just sit down, kick back, and you're still in front of a decent stage playing hearing some really good music. It was so convenient. That was probably one of my favorite things about the festival. Like, I love where the bleachers were, and I love how you could sit in them. It was just really cool. It was just it's so worth it. It was just such a great thing to have. There really is a lot of places where you can rest. Wasteland, talking about the Wasteland stage, is pretty much like a house rave stage. It's usually where they have the most of the genre there. I didn't really see too many other people there who were outside of that genre. It was mainly like heavy house music, like rave music kind of thing. Bass Pod is right next to that. It's pretty much all like the heavy hitting bass hitters, you know, just like rhythm and just like, you know, trap bass and everything like that, you know. Every type of form that comes in with just like that grittiness to, like, you know, the excisions, you know, the subtronics. It just looks very subatomic. It looks like it has like some kind of like quarantine feel kind of deal going on with the artistry in there. It was very cool. Not to mention, another thing that I thought was very cool is that they have buses. They have little like DJ buses, you know. They actually move around. I didn't see too many move around in some of the areas, but I believe they have if I'm not mistaken, 6 buses, and yeah, they each have DJs on them, and I thought that was very, very dope. Like how I was just mentioning about Cosmic Metal is pretty much how I just mentioned, like, you know, like a lot of ethereal electronic, you know, trap electronic, you know, a lot of those kind of artists, they were chilling over there. Great sets over there, great design of it. Love how they keep with the whole owl theme. It took me a while to realize that that was like an owl, like kind of like looking up kind of thing. They have the Quantum Valley, which is pretty much like a dome, and it's pretty much dominant of house music over there too. That one is really, really dope. They had Neon Garden, like I mentioned, it's like a graffiti style art style over there. I thought that one was a sleeper. When they're going with that like gritty, like graffiti kind of style, like street style, I thought it looked super, super sick. And then of course you can't forget about Circuit Ground, which is probably my personal favorite stage. It's literally a surrounding stage, left, right, in front of like these speakers, of screens. It's just like a complete surround sound of what you're hearing in front of you, and I thought it looked so dope. That one, you're gonna see a lot of mixtures of like future bass, mostly of the future genre. I mean, you get a lot of, it seemed like there was a lot of mixed artists over there. We caught Lensko over there, we caught Rez. They had a big mixture. I think it was one of their like main stage kind of deals. When you're watching somebody who has good visuals, oh, that stage is dope. And then we gotta talk about the stage that totally blew my fucking mind, totally changed my perspective on festivals. That is Kinetic Field. Kinetic Field is one of the most groundbreaking, original, beautiful stages I have ever seen. It feels like it's alive. Basically, when the first time I seen the stage, it was like blossom into like this like flower into the center. When you get like these like kind of like mythical like goddess creatures, they almost look like mermaids, but I don't really think they were mermaids or something like that. The design of it was just super, super dope. I think at the edge of it, sometimes it like turns into a screen where you can see the DJ in the center of it, standing somewhere like dead middle, like far back, so you can get the main visual aspect of that whole stage. Is definitely one of the best spots to catch that. What really blew my mind is when the flowers start to like close up, and then you could see the owl eyes that come out of nowhere. Like, dude, that blew my fucking mind. Look at this fucking clip of when it opens up. As it opens up, like the pupils dilate and just shoots up with fireworks. Holy shit, that blew my mind, dude. Every time, and I mean every time I went to a set at that stage, it just felt like a whole different world, man. Like the magic behind that stage was absolutely life-changing. Because of this festival and how much work that they put into the stages, I put every other festival on a pedestal and think about, what are you doing to build up to the hype like this festival? This stage like itself is just immaculate. The lights, the fireworks, the colors, like just the way the stage feels alive. It is breathtaking. It is absolutely life-changing. Going to that stage, going to this festival has definitely changed my entire perspective of how I look at every other festival, the way they run things, the way they have their people protected, the way that they just have the whole design of the way they have everything arranged, the way the productivity is when it comes to accommodating to how many people attend to the festival. I'm not shitting on any other festival, don't get me wrong, you know. Every festival is gonna have its negative. Like I said, this one has its too. Like getting out on one of the days was really, really bad too. Like when we got out at like 4 a.m., it took about like 2.5 hours to get out of the parking lot. We didn't get back to the hotel till like 7:30. I was dying, my guy. Stuff like that does really suck. I'm sure camping is a whole different experience on its own. I can definitely understand that. We definitely want to try that next time we go out there. But dude, just to get my final thoughts out there, this was literally one of the most life-changing events I have ever attended. I haven't felt like this since I attended my very first festival in 2015. You really get some of the best people on the planet coming to these kind of events. I mean, like, this is all about peace, prosperity, and most of all the beauty behind music, what it does, how it connects us as humans and as friends and as a society. Everybody there is to have a good time and to be safe, and I think that was the best part. And you know, like some of the best things about festivals like this, the moment where they took a pause in their festival just to let off this huge fireworks show going off in the middle of everything. No matter where you're standing, you get to see what's above you. Blew my mind how magical this place felt. It just felt so different because it was overnight. I really thought that was gonna be one of the things I disliked because I'm not used to being up like that, but when you get used to it, it is very, very dope. I love this festival with a burning passion. I can't wait to attend it again. There's so many things that I love about this festival. Of course, there's things I would definitely like to be changed, but to be honest, dude, I think what they're doing, how they're doing it like this, is just great. Everything seems like they have a perfect setup. I would love to like make another video like this once I get to visit back, but this time go camping, and to see if I can give you another perspective on a different experience this time. But of course, when we're talking about lineups, you know, lineups are always going to be subjective. You know, this year's lineup wasn't my favorite. It wasn't what I had desired based off the first lineup that I had originally seen, because originally this trip was planned for 2020. Of course, the pandemic ruined literally everything for everybody. So this trip was actually 2 years in the making, and because of that, they had to change the lineup. You know, it's EDC lineup. They have some of the best DJs to ever come from the entire world. Some of the best DJs who have some of the best music in that current year. And if you love electronic music, of course, I'm gonna recommend you to this festival. Come on now, this festival is amazing. If you love electronic music, you should know about EDC. If you're willing to try something new, if you like going to shows and you're very open-minded when it comes to trying out things, I really think that you don't need to be into electronic music to have a good time at this festival. I really think that you can just get there, walk around. Like, we had days where, like, you know, we didn't really care to see certain artists at a certain time. We just walked around, you know, we walked around each day, see what we were vibing to, and we vibed. Couldn't ask for anything better. Sure, some things might not went great. It did not ruin anything, not even a little bit for me. EDC Vegas 22, fantastic experience. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go ahead and like, share, and comment down below. And if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you've been to this festival before. Let me know what other festivals you have been to, what some of your great experience, what some of your worst experience, and I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Dose!
Session of EDC, my guys. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been quite the experience here live at EDC Vegas. I'm high as fuck.